So, good afternoon. Uh, do you see my screen? Do you see the presentation?
Yes, yes, we
Okay.
see.
So, prediction of fatigue growth rate is an important problem in fracture mechanics, which is of great practical importance for ensuring the reliability and safety of structures subjected to cyclic loading. It is known that experimental data often have a certain scatter, and traditional models do not always accurately describe all aspects of the crack growth process. In particular, neural network allows us to build models based on large amounts of data and consider various factors that affect crack growth. The dependence of crack length of the number of loading cycles is an important tool for assessing the material lifetime and predicting its failure. The study aimed to create a model that would accurately predict how the crack length increases with the number of loading cycles under different stress ratios. So, neural networks are the family of models built using the principle of organization and function of biological brain or neural networks of nerve cells of a living organism. So here you can see on this slide, you can see a couple of figures. This is uh, neural cell, neuron, and this is the model of the neuron which was built using the inspired by the human brain. So the algorithm of neuron functioning is based on the following formulas. So we have inputs, we have weights, here we have summation unit, here we have NAT signal, here we have activation function, and finally output. So in general, the following architectures are being used. We have single layer feed-forward network which has input and output. We have multi-layer feed-forward network or MLP multi-layer perceptron which has input layer, one or more hidden layers and output layer, and we have also recurrent neural networks which some outputs are given to the as an input to the model. In general, one distinguishes three ways of neural network learning: supervised, unsupervised, and mixed. Uh, so now, regarding our study, we have taken an experimental FTG data of new titanium alloy uh, from literature, Leo 200, 2023. The chemical composition of this titanium alloy is shown in the table. So you can see that it has a lot of titanium, around 92%, some part of aluminum, and some other chemical elements. And during training, the data set was divided into two unequal parts, training and test samples. The input parameters were the number of loading cycles, neural network. Somebody is calling, sorry. The input parameters were the number of loading cycles n and the stress ratio R, whereas A was treated as the output parameter. The sample contains 154 elements, 70% of which are randomly selected for the training sample from all experimental data at different R, and 30% are left to assess the quality of prediction. So it is important that in figure 1, the point, so here we have experimental results. So we predicted here we have A true, here we have A predicted, and here we have a bisector of the first coordinate angle, and it is important that in this figure the points are located quite close to this bisector of the first coordinate angle, which confirms the consistency of the predicted and experimental results. And on this slide we have experimental points and predicted, which are also very close. So the parameters of neural network were as follows. We had mm, multi-layer perceptron with architecture 231, which means that we had two input two inputs, which was stress ratio R and number of loading cycles, 30 hidden neurons, and one output, which was crack length. Algorithm of learning was BFGS. Error function was sum of squared. Function of hidden activation was logistic. Function of output activation was exponential. The prediction error was mean absolute percentage error, MAPE, which was calculated using this formula. So, and now I would like to come to conclusion, sorry. Integrating traditional models with machine learning methods allows for the achievement of high prediction accuracy and ensures the reliability of engineering systems. The prediction results are in good agreement with the experimental ones. The error of 0.2% was obtained by the neural network method in the test sample. So thank you for attention. Please, questions.